Rob, your intro said it was a dime hunt. Why are there quarter boxes up here? You know you can't find silver in your quarter boxes. Don't worry, guys. We're not hunting quarters this time. This time is dime time. Hey everybody, it's Rob of the RobFindsTreasure, and that's right, we've got a dime time hunt. Not sure it'll be a video yet, but we're definitely going to do the hunt. We've got to find some goodies. Now, obviously, the mission of this hunt is to find some silver. I've really struggled this year with finding silver quarters and dimes, and we've even postponed doing dime hunts because of the lack of finds in my boxes. But these are from a bank I have never hunted. Matter of fact, I got quarters, nickels, pennies, dimes, and halves from this bank this week in hopes of mixing it up. Now, I've already checked at the bottom. They are circulated dimes. I have not popped the tops of these yet, so we'll have to see how they go. Ironically, a new bank branch for me, and it has that 3365 stamp. Obviously, that is some inspector in the DFW area, so I'm sure I'll see those on all kinds of boxes no matter where I pick them up. That being said, we might as well go ahead and pop the top on these, see if there's anything worth getting excited about. That way we know if we could have a possible ender in the box. Let me bring the light over and just shine it on here. Don't see any silvers, don't see any proofs, but definitely see circulated dimes. Let's check the other one next, since I have you here, and see if we've got any enders on this one. All right. Let's take a peek-see-boo. I don't see anything but circulated dimes, which, by the way, makes me happy. Let me clean up these lids, let me get these boxes set up, and we'll begin the hunt. Now, for today's hunt, I will be using my Clad Varieties mat because I do want to check for a lot of the varieties in dimes. You can see we've got quite a few listed here, so I'll be checking for all of these varieties. There's other ones if you want to really get into the cherry picking mode of dimes. I won't be checking for other ones outside of this today, other than silver, proof coins, foreigns, and things like that. All right, we've got the lid situated, got my microscope turned on and set up, and I will be using my hunting rack today. As you can see, this is a stand that I can put my phone right in and move it around. Now, I won't be recording me opening up all the rolls live, but if we get into some silver, maybe I'll start recording some of the clips. Dimes have been tough this year, so I don't want to waste my time recording 100 roll openings if there's going to be 100 skunks. That being said, like I said, if we do get some goodies, you can bet your bottom dollar we'll get some live openings as well. That dime roll is not going to open itself, so let's get set up and let's get started. I'm going to freak out, guys. Let me grab this off the stand. I literally just cracked open the first roll. Nothing in my discard bin. We've done nothing. And is it me? The moment you realize there is no silver. Man, maybe it's not. I think I might have got excited for nothing, but this looks pretty silvery. Unbelievable. All right. False alarm. Excitement for nothing. It has been a long time since I've seen silver. Calm down, Rob. Let's get back to the hunt. So I'm only on roll 2, but I have found a dime I don't find too often. Not only is it a low minted 2009 dime, it was minted in Philadelphia. First 2009 I have found, and only in the second roll, and from Philly. I'll take that, and we'll get back to the hunt. So I'm on roll 13, and I was about 2/3 of the way done with the roll, and I have a 1967 Philadelphia minted dime under the scope. And I'll tell you, it gave me a little bit of a scare at first. Let me show you what I'm looking at. On the 1967 dime, you're looking for the DDO FS 101. It has doubling on the date, the designer's initials right there, JS, and on the motto, "In God We Trust." And I always slide it up to the date first. And when I first put the date under the scope,
I thought I saw some separation in that 9. I thought I saw a little bit of separation on this 6 right here. Looks like it's extra thick. And the 7. Now, when I check the die markers for the 67 FS101 DDO, it does not have them. But it has some other markers that I thought were interesting. So I brought it up to the Y in Liberty, and there's a little bit of notching, if you will, right here. And then the extra wide L and I at the top. But after further inspection, I couldn't justify it because of the amount of damage on In God We Trust. And technically, you'd want to see doubling at the bottom of this D, and it's hard to tell. It looks like it's just machine doubling. And another bit of doubling here on this T. Again, some machine doubling. And a little bit here at the bottom of this S. And when I get up close, it looks like it could have something going on there. The problem is I can't verify it with the amount of damage that's on it. So while it has some of the markers, I don't think that it's going to be the 67 DDO FS101. Although, man, that 9 sure looks split, the 6 sure looks wide, and that 7 is a lot wider than it should be. And I compared it to the pictures in the book, of course. Obviously, these are a lot thinner, and it gives you some ideas. But when I compared it to VarietyVista.com of one of the most recent finds, it is very similar, yet I cannot see all the splitting in the proper spots that I want to see. I'm going to hold on to it as a conversation piece, but I just want to let you guys know it is one of the ones that I look for. I have never found one, and only a handful have been graded and exist. It's a very valuable variety if you can find it. I have yet to do so. This is the closest I have ever come in all the 67s I've looked at. I'm pretty certain it's not it, but I'm going to hold on to it anyway and look at it when my eyes aren't tired of looking at all these dimes. But we've got more to look through. Let's get back at it. Well, we're on roll 22, and it looks like we're going to find a proof dime. And I do not find these very often, so I'm pretty excited. 1971S. I'm going to put it under the scope for you guys. I want to show you something that looks a little odd. So the 1971S proof dime does have a nice DDO, but you would find it on the designer's initials as well as on the 9 and the 7. When I first put it under the scope, I did see what looked like some machine doubling on the S, but it would be a splitting, if you will, a small spread on the J, and again, the bottom of the 9 and the top of the 7, and we don't have that, but still was fun. Obviously, with dimes, you do got to take a closer look because they're hard to see with the naked eye. You got to use the scope and get really close, and once you scope them, sometimes you see things that aren't there. But nothing's there on this one. A little bit of machine doubling on the S. Either way, very cool find. Added to the finds board, we've got an 09, a proof, and a 67 oddity so far through 22 almost rolls. Roll 50 of the first box, no silver. We've got the 09 and the proof, which is always a fun hunt, but wish we would have found some silver. Figured I'd open the last roll live just in case we got fortunate to find something. I don't think we're going to have any, so we've already seen the 2 coins. After I hunt this roll, I'm going to jump right into the next box. I figure this is a good time to tell you that if you notice all the red marks on my knuckles of both hands, we had my electronic gate not open, and I had to climb between the gate and the fence boards and do some repair work on it, and my hand slipped a few times during the repair job, and my knuckles hit the fence. So, I know they're not a pretty sight, and they do hurt, but they still can hunt.
Pretty toning. And bingo was his name-o. Roll number 33 of the box. 83 of the hunt. We are going to finally get something silvery. $19.60 silver Roosevelt dime, minted in Denver. Holy cow, we have a find. We will not go quietly into the night. We will score a silver. Let me get back to the hunt. So as you can see, we hunted 100 rolls and not a lot of production. We got a 1967 odd dime here that I'm going to keep aside. A beautiful 1965. I don't find them like this very often, so we'll be holding on to it. And then we also had that one that I threw that funny clip in, or at least I thought it was funny, about how pretty the toning was in that one spot. Probably not a keeper for good, but wanted to show it. As far as the good finds, an 09P, we only found 109. And I haven't been finding a lot lately. I know it's because I pulled them all out, but I don't find more than one every other box, maybe 3 boxes now, and I never find Philadelphia, so I was excited kicking off the hunt with that find. Then I got even more excited because I found a proof early on as well, 71S. And then finally, bingo, we got a silver. Took us 83 or 80 something rolls to get to it, but we found one. I'll take that all day. Hopefully, despite the lack of finds, you still found this dime time pretty fun to watch. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting. And thanks for watching.